All right, so thank you so much for staying on with us. We've talked about chicken, but it's time now to also talk about health matters. And today we are focusing on diabetes. I'm sure that a lot of people have heard about it, and you have questions about what not to eat, and anything that bothers your mind regards diets and diabetes. And so today on the show, we're going to get into the conversation. And my guest is a registered dietitian. She's Isumaba Sewa Assam. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. So I see an array of foodstuff here, and we'll be getting to that. But talking about diabetes, where do we stand as a country, Ghana?
So in Ghana right now, about 6% of adults are living with diabetes. And these are people who have actually reported in the hospital.
Wow.
So we could be having more who are suffering from diabetes and they're not aware of it out there.
Wow.
Yes.
Scary. But then what are the signs that show that, well, you might have to go check for diabetes?
Yes. Okay, so the commonest one is frequent urination. So urinating too much, it's quite concerning. And this is also associated with frequent tests. So you're drinking too much water. And also we have unexplained weight loss. So this type of weight loss is not a type that...
You are deliberately losing some kilos.
Yeah, deliberately, and people are saying you're doing well. People are actually concerned. Oh, what's happening? Are you okay? Are you all right? And there's a general unwellness, like your body, you feel there's something wrong with your body. Yes, and then when it comes to labs, when you do your labs, your glucose levels are usually high. So we have the standard lab, which is HbA1c. When you do that lab, and we identify that you are not within the normal range, then you can be diagnosed for diabetes.
Wow. And so I see, like I said, an area of food. What's the relationship between what we eat and diabetes?
Okay. So what you eat can influence your blood glucose levels. Either it would make it go up, or it can remain in the normal range or accepted range, or it will drop low.
Right.
Yes, so that is the impact, the influence of the meals that you eat. So it influences your glucose levels, either making it go high, which is called hyperglycemia, or going low, hypoglycemia.
Okay, so the amount of food I eat, does it change anything? Because I know some people who say, oh, I don't eat much. So when I sit at a go, I finish everything and that's it. Others to say, well, I like to eat a bit of this, a bit of that, and that, and that's me being healthy. Does that influence anything at all?
Yes, actually, when it comes to diabetes management, one of the major important things that as a dietitian we look out for is your regular meal eating times.
Right.
So you are supposed to adhere to regular meal eating times, and the standard is usually breakfast, lunch, supper. Spreading the meal throughout the whole day.
You are in trouble.
Yes.
Because there are some who avoid breakfast because of their schedules. And so they eat heavy lunch and then they are done.
Yes. So for a diabetic patient, that is not recommended.
Wow.
Because we don't recommend skipping meals or fasting. It rather causes more harm. Your blood glucose levels will either drop and hypo would occur, and hypo is very dangerous. It's actually one of the complications that usually tend to fatality. You can die from that.
Wow.
Yes, and hyperglycemia is associated when all the time your blood glucose are high. Such complications such as poor wound healing, sometimes too, if you have any other chronic conditions like hypertension, kidney-related issues, it just throws it off. So these are some of the complications that can come up.
So talking about diets, healthy dieting as well, I've heard people who have said that, well, to eat the things that we're told we should eat that we're not eating back then, now they've become too expensive. So my healthy meal, it's too expensive to eat something that is healthy. So just go for what you can afford and move on. I see like a variety here. If you just walk us through, let us appreciate, for instance, for breakfast, what do I need to eat?
Okay, so for breakfast, we recommend, so we have usually people who go for light breakfast. So if you're the porridge kind of person, we have better options in like rather choosing whole grain cereals. So for here, we have the brown rice. So instead of the brown rice, you rather take the brown rice instead of the polished rice.
One.
Yes, because it has the fiber in there. And fiber is one of the major components of the meals that help control and manage your sugar levels. So your meal should be high in fiber. So we have that in brown rice. We have oats,
They'll complain about taste.
Brown rice. Oh, when you see a dietitian, we have ways we can teach you how to incorporate them in your diet.
Okay.
That will be much tastier. Actually, people have walked out the office actually much more excited about their meals because now they know that they can eat healthy and within their budget, because you talked about
the budget.
So we look at all of that.
Okay, so we'll go for brown rice instead of polished ones.
Instead of polished rice, you can incorporate oats, you can incorporate wheat. Okay. So we can do wheat porridge. Yes, and even wheat, you can add it to your brown rice, so half and half. So you're incorporating fiber in there. Okay. Or you can do half and half for your polished rice and the brown rice, so that you can cut down the cost, but you know you're also taking in your fiber over there. Beans are also good sources of fiber. And when it comes to diabetes, one of the major concerns that most of my clients have is, can I eat ripe plantain? Can I eat plantain? Yeah. So the idea is you are supposed to go for meals that are high in fiber. So usually when it comes to plantain, the unripe ones are high in fiber more than the ripe ones. Okay. Yes, so we would recommend going for meals that require unripe. So your album and your, plantain. Yeah, so that one would do. Yeah, and we want the boiled one, apim. Yes, we are looking at that.
So we like the sweet one, yes. Sweet and soft.
Yes. And you should also be mindful of the refined foods.
Okay.
So there are some food that have been refined, meaning the fiber and other important nutrients have been removed from them. So we are not looking at that. So you're looking at going for whole natural foods in their natural state as much as possible.
Right.
So 5 times in a week, we are looking at this.
Hey.
Yeah, so the bread too.
I see bread.
Whole wheat bread instead of white bread or butter bread or sugar bread. That's if you're diabetic. If you're trying to prevent diabetes, you have to increase the amount of time you take your brown bread. If you're taking your white bread, you have to incorporate some vegetables in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So, Charlie, the thing I know is becoming some way for you, because you're looking at the things you eat and enjoy, especially these things, the way now people feel as status. So get this for the kids and they think the kids are eating healthily. They are not.
They're not really eating healthy. If it's majorly, your meal majorly comprises this 7 times out of the week, this is what you are eating, you're not incorporating any of these high fiber foods, then you are not eating. It's poor dieting or poor eating.
Okay. So we see vegetables here. I see fruits. I see water. And what?
This is tea.
Tea. Okay. Yes. Talk to me about that.
So these are healthier options. So usually the fruits, we usually recommend you replacing our sugar sweetened beverages, our pastries. Okay. These are complete flour. Fiber content quite insignificant, especially if you are diabetic and you're taking this, the fiber content is quite insignificant. So, and then the sugars in there too, the body changes the sugars, you have high blood glucose levels if that's, and we have the sugar sweetened beverages.
And they smell so nice. Yeah, the sugar SSBs.
Yes, so if you are the type of person at work, you go in for soft drinks, beverages, and you're adding some pastries there, some bread, some pie in there all the time, we would recommend that if you're trying to prevent diabetes or if you're managing diabetes, you replace it with healthier options, which are the fruits. So the fruits are in their whole state. So remember I mentioned whole foods.
Right.
So whole state, it has everything in there. So it's doing more good than harm, although it contains sugar. Okay. It has fiber in there. It has other helpful nutrients, such as we have the phytochemicals, antioxidants, which protect your body itself. So you'd go in for the fruit in their right portions.
Tea and water.
Yes, tea and water. Alternative for your drinks. Coconut water too is there. The coconut water too is there. We also have smoothies. So for diabetics, we have special recipes for them for their smoothies.
Okay.
So sometimes you come across a client and they are taking smoothies all right, but these smoothies are comparable to somebody who is working out in the gym. When you go for gym and your smoothies the components are totally different.
Absolutely.
Everything is in there, so the calories are a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you are diabetic, you have to consider all of these things. So special recipes are there for diabetics, so you can take the smoothies. If you're addicted to your sweet drinks and all that, you can replace them with smoothies. Healthier options. Yeah.
Do teas have negative effects anyway? Because I know someone, right? She's watching now. She takes about maybe 3 to 4, not mugs, not like okpolu bowl of tea.
Tea.
And that's what's normal for her.
Okay, so for tea, the challenge would have if the person is drinking, so a tea bag a day, maybe a cup or two a day is fine, because it contains certain components that actually can interfere with nutrient absorptions, especially your minerals and some of your vitamins. So
Right.
would you recommend consuming
Excessive.
more than two
Tell her.
excessively?
She doesn't
so
like-
two
she
cups
likes that
or
thing
two
too
a
much.
day is fine.
2 cups, not mugs. 2 cups a day is fine. But I see a plate here with numbers, and I see wache with leaves and eggs and fish. Talk to me about what's happening
All
on
right,
this table.
so with this table, I'm coming to demonstrate portion
Okay.
size or portion control.
Hey,
Yes, so with diabetes, controlling your portion sizes is very important. So
Right.
when I talk about portion sizes, it's the amount of food that on a sitting you can eat that you know that it satisfies you. So if your wife is giving you your meal, you know that, oh, this is okay for.
Right.
Yes, so that's your portion sizes. But the
Okay.
issue is currently a lot of people are taking in portion sizes that's a certain amount of overeating. So that's mostly the issue is overeating with the portion sizes. So you are
Right.
giving your body excessive amounts of either a particular nutrient, which is usually the carbs and the fats. Yes, so disclaimer here, portion sizes is not a one-size-fits-all for everyone.
Okay.
You cannot look at maybe if you have somebody who have diabetes and has a diet plan, you cannot use that person's diet plan for yourself.
True.
Because it's kind of like customized for the person per their weight, their height, their physical activity, the medication they're taking. So this is where my expertise comes
Comes to
in,
play.
or
Right.
dietitians come in. We do the calculations and we customize or personalize it for you. But I just want my viewers to check. So if your plate, usually we recommend that this is how the plate is. And I've tried to use the clock to try and. So we are looking at when it comes to the major component in the food, major food groups. So we are looking at the carbs, the carbohydrates, the proteins, and the vegetables and fruits, so the fiber sources
Right.
specifically. So we are looking at a fist size or 1 cup of the starches. So in your plate, it should be 1/4 cup
of what?
of the starches.
Oh,
Yes, but we can adjust it if we calculate your portion size.
Exactly,
So somebody can be
Right.
taking maybe 2 faced or 1.5. So somebody who goes to the gym will require more energy,
Who
so
will
we
require
might
more,
increase
okay.
it. Yeah, a pregnant woman, we might increase it if the person requires it and all of that. So a fist size. So when you look at your plate, a fist size, so it's taking one quarter
Wow.
of your plate. The proteins to the same 1/4. We are looking at lean proteins. So
Okay.
proteins that doesn't have a lot of fat in there. So we have eggs, fish, beans, these legumes. These are sources of lean proteins.
Right.
And half of your plate should be your vegetables. So it can be like 2 cups.
see, people put the cups here, and then
So that's why I'm saying people are overeating.
Wow,
Because
wow.
the carbs is the major source of the sugars in your blood. So if you have diabetes, we have to make sure you are taking the right amount for your condition.
So if you're for instance, so just like it is on this plate,
Yes, just
so
like
half of the plate is vegetables,
Vegetables.
and
So
then a quarter is wache.
a quarter will be the carbs.
But what I before?
So that is why you have to see the dietitian. We calculate it and
Right.
we try and. So we make your meals, we together, breakfast, lunch, supper, put together. At the end of the day, you should meet your
okay.
daily requirements.
So that I do not overtake
Over.
requirements
Exactly.
from. Okay.
So-
and most of us do a lot of that. A lot of
A
carbohydrates.
lot of carbs.
Fufu plenty. Then you buy meat to one.
One. And the soup is like 1 soup ladle. No. So it's not only vegetables. So you know vegetables, we have the vegetable-based stews.
Yes.
We actually blessed here in Ghana. We have a lot of our stews which are
Exactly.
vegetable-based.
Yes.
Your garden eggs, your palabassos kontomire, your cabbage stew, the light soups, the green soups, the okra stews. These are all vegetables.
Right.
So if you are taking your banku and your okra stew,
Right.
the okra stew is supposed to take half.
Half. Then banko quarter.
Quarter, then your proteins, quarter, your lean proteins, quarter. So that's how we
You
are
keep saying
picturing.
lean proteins. What about the red meats?
So the red meat, you know, because some of our clients like red meat, so sometimes you cannot bargain with them to totally avoid it. So we recommend moderation.
Moderation.
And
Okay.
probably preparing it very well.
Right. Okay, so we've gone through the tables. You have a fair idea of what you need to do when it comes to the food you eat, especially to be able to avoid diabetes, or even if you have diabetes. But the key message here is that once you have a condition or you don't, make sure you get a dietitian to help you plan the meal, and so that you'll be giving your body exactly what it needs and not excess. Because the question is, if you're giving your body excess, where does the excess go?
It's usually, especially if it's carbs, it's either converted to a lot of sugar, your glucose levels go up, the complications start, or if it's fat, you put on weight.
Okay, I'm doing tummy tuck here, by the way. So what are we doing to celebrate or to mark or the diabetes? I know we've been doing that since November 14. What exactly are we doing to create more awareness?
Okay, so currently at Nuffield Clinic, we are launching our kitchen project where we are inviting people with diabetes, families, chefs, cooks, people who cook in the house to come over so that we can teach them simple, healthier ways of cooking.
Right.
Yes.
So when is that happening?
So the first cohort is starting in December.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you reach out to us, we can give you the full information.
Right.
That you
Right.
need.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure here. But what role does exercise play in all of this? Aside eating and all of these things, because some people have the notion when I eat a lot, I just have to exercise small and it's gone.
Okay. So there are three major things. If you're diabetic, you have to look at your medication. You're taking it well. You're on the right medication. Your meals, your diet, as I've explained here, and the third thing is physical activity. So it's recommended that at the end of the week, you should have at least deliberately. So we recommend usually brisk walking, deliberately. Probably walk for 150 minutes. So that's like if you are doing 5 times in a day, 30 minutes after meals. You can do it early in the mornings after you've eaten, or in the evening after you've eaten. 30 minutes, 5 times in a day. Some people would want to do 45 minutes, 3 times in a day.
Right.
That should be able to help with controlling your blood sugars.
Fantastic. Yes. We're drawing the curtains on the show, but what would be your final message out there to our viewers this morning?
All right. So diabetes is preventable. You can manage it. It's a lot of people are living with it and they are managing it. So if you find yourself in the categories when it comes to symptoms, you should see the doctor. You should come to the hospital and come and see us, the professional. So Nuffield Clinic, we are here for you.
Absolutely.
You can come.
And thank you, Nuffield Clinic, for this great job. And in December, the activity you're putting together, the kitchen project is a laudable one.
Yes.
And so, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you too.
She's a registered dietitian as well, helping us appreciate issues surrounding diabetes and the like. So thank you so much. And I'm happy that we are closing the show on a very healthy note. And remember, quarter carbohydrates, lean protein quarter. Let the vegetables take the rest. Eat healthy, stay healthy, and let's keep doing this for Mother Ghana. I am Joshua Kujumensa. Do have a wonderful morning.